Sam, a fantastic result last weekend against Manchester United. On another day, we could have had 3 points instead of just the one. How important is it now to build on not only the result, but also the performance in that game?
Well, if obviously you've listened to me repeat myself a few times about sloppy goals, costs us greatly. In this game, there were no sloppy goals given away, which was a real starting point for us going to Burnley, on the basis that I think there was little all you could do with Fernandez's goal, his technique, his volley. Probably nobody on the pitch could have done that on him. So the defending overall from start to finish was excellent, keeping Manchester United at bay. Very few shots at our goal. And then at the other end, the chance from Mbaye, which was a difficult one he scored with, which was the most difficult chance he had in the game, which runs me on from the Tottenham game, saying he's got there 3 times, 2 offside and 1 he could have scored. This time he's got there and scored. And then second half, a better ball from Ainsley, and it's a side foot tap in. A great piece of strength on the ball over the top on Maguire, puts him on the deck. I have to say he really should have scored that one. Really should have. And then obviously the final one, which was Darnell's brilliant cross, where unfortunately again a man of his calibre should have at least hit the target, but I think he took it with the wrong foot. So all in all, clear-cut chances fell to us more than Manchester United, and while performance really happy with, result happy with, we should have actually been delighted last Sunday with a win, but it wasn't to be. But we've got to take encouragement that we can go and put a similar performance at Burnley against an entirely different setup, an entirely different level of tactics that Burnley have. The way they carry them out has been years and years of practice with Sean. Every player knows how they play, every player knows what they've got to do, and that means that we will have a very tough game and a very different way of actually handling that game compared to Manchester United. And if we do that well, hopefully we will create as many chances as we scored against Man U, and try our very best, because we're getting very close to, this game is almost a must win.
Is there a renewed belief in your squad, do you think, Sam? Obviously there's still a long way to go, there's still a lot of ground to make up, but does a performance like that against one of the top teams and a result like that almost give you fresh hope for the rest of the season now?
I think that as a manager you're very pleased, but I'm now, and the coaching staff and the backroom staff are now pushing the players for consistency about their level of performance, which ultimately most of the time should result in a positive result for you. You've heard me barking on and on the West Brom fans about it's no good just doing it one week, it's got to happen the week after that, the week after that, and week after that. So we're trying to find what looks like might be a settled team, apart from injuries. Robert Snodgrass has got an injury this week, not sure whether he'll make it. And I think that young Sam's wife has given birth, so we're not sure about that situation till tomorrow. He's been obviously with his wife when she's so it's congratulations to them, little girl. So I hope everything's okay. I'm sure if everything's okay, Sam will be desperate to play at Burnley. Fantastic save in the last minute against Man United, which is what we need. So all in all, we should be looking forward to the game a little bit more than we have done recently, and hopefully we can turn in another good performance and another victory, or try to get a victory if we can.
Burnley are one of a clutch of teams that are sitting above the relegation zone at the moment, Sam. How crucial could 3 points be in terms of shifting the balance of positivity and putting a bit more pressure on those teams?
Well, well, I cast my mind back in just a couple of weeks or so ago to what we did against Fulham and then what we did against Sheffield United, where we committed harry-carry on ourselves, winning positions and not winning, and then we're winning position and then losing. And you look at the distance that's now creeped between us and fourth from bottom, and those points now have to be made up, and that has to start with Burnley, and that has to start with certainly almost a victory. Like I said, it won't be done and dusted if we don't win it. And again, it's the old saying again for me, we can't afford any more losses, or as few losses as possible now. So we have to really go and try and get the 3 points. If we can't get the 3 points, take the 1 and look for 3 points in the next game.
And just finally, you've just mentioned Robert Snodgrass might be out of this weekend's game. What's his issue, and do you have any other injury concerns?
No other injury concerns at the moment. We'd have a bit of a worry about Carl Bartley limped out of training this morning, but looks like that's okay. Grady's back in the squad. He's okay, full week's training. So I think there's only Kieran Gibbs, who has a problem with his neck, who will be out of the squad at the moment.
And Robert's injury, is there any more you can tell us on that?
It's a big, massive bruise behind his knee that's spread up into his upper thigh or behind hamstring, and we just have to shift that bruise in to, free up his movement.